Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, y'all. Another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX. And as you can see, y'all, yesterday was interesting. Let's say that we hit a high of 1333 and we are back down here finding support at 1275, which is not surprising. We had this level marked here, 1272, $12.72, and we have tested this level twice. So are we going to continue declining? Though that's, yeah, are we going to continue declining? Let's say that, right? So as of now, trouble places for the VIX. If we stay under this 5 EMA, which is where we are now, under the 1272, we can come back, and retest 1269 to the downside, 1266, which brings us to this ATR trail, and stop at 1264. If we hit this 1264 today, then the 200 EMA is right here at, let's see, this 1261 area. We have to watch that area because that's kind of like double support. So under 1264, 1263, 1261, the VIX could very well come down and find some type of support, and we can go back to the upside, or we can continue declining, right? So where are trouble places to the upside? Well, if it gets above 1276, we are going to have trouble here at the 1279, 1280 area, which is right here at the 50 EMA. Above that, we're going to have trouble at the 1283. Above 1283, we can come back to this 1291. Above 1291, 1295, and then 1298. So it wouldn't, right now, it's kind of hard to say which direction it wants to choose. Let's say that. So let's go look at the SPY just to see where we are. Y'all, the SPY was interesting on yesterday, and I did, with our pre-market prep on yesterday, I said it wouldn't surprise me to see SPY back at the 557 area, and that's exactly where we came back to. So we hit this high yesterday after CPI information and the initial jobless claims of 563.52. We got rejected at this area. That's why we marked this, because at some point we're going to come back to this area. It's going to be a trouble place for us, or we're going to continue breaking through that area. So we marked that, right? So as of now, the SPY came down, well, as of yesterday, it came down all the way down to this 555.83, which was right at that line of 556. This was a strong area of support for the SPY for a while. So if we break this 556 level, we have broken through a very strong level of support for the SPY. So as you can see, we have been trading in this gathering spot since this nice little sell-off on yesterday. And it was a nice sell-off. 563 all the way down to 555 was a decent sell off, right? So where are our trouble places as of now? Let's see. So we are finding support here. It looks, well, we're breaking down from that level. It looks like the 557.08 is going to be our support area. And the resistance, we can say, is here at the 557.59. So I would watch the SPY at the 557.59 as resistance, and the support, let's move that down to like 557. So 557 to 557.59, that's going to be the zone that we're trading in. So this is our 4 o'clock candle. So this is actually where we've been trading. We came down and bounced here only to come back, and still have trouble here. We're under the 5 EMA and the 20 EMA. So that's something to be mindful of, right? So where are our trouble places for the SPY? Let's say that. So if we break above this 50 EMA, 557.64, we will have trouble here at 557.88, 558.32, and 558.62. Those are going to be trouble places for the SPY back to the upside. Now, if we get above this 558.94, we could very well come back to 559.52. So those are levels to the upside that I will watch the SPY. To the downside, if we break under this 200 EMA, under the 556.75 area, I will definitely watch the, let's see, the 556.47 or the 556.32, 556.22, and those are just previous, support and resistance, the gathering spot. That's why we have those lines that are so close together. So beyond, below this 556.34 area, If again we break below the 556, that is strong support for the SPY. So I would say if I trade the SPY today, y'all be very, very careful. Wait on your trades and don't rush into your trades. Just like yesterday, it was interesting, right? So we are looking at Tesla. We are looking at Tesla. Tesla made a high yesterday of 271, and it came all the way down. Let's see. At 4 o'clock yesterday, it came down all the way, closed at 241.03. So that's interesting. Pre-market low today is 231.52. We have been trading in this zone here. Support is around 235.81. Resistance is here around 238.27. So Tesla is trading in this zone here. The low of 236. Let's see. Yes, 236.05. We're going to mark that because it's a little bit easier instead of trying to remember those. Let's see. Support is here around 236.29, and resistance is around here at 238.27. As you can see, Tesla is trading in this zone here, right? And where are our trouble places? It is above the 5 EMA, so is that going to be support for us? If Tesla breaks above this 238.27, there's going to be trouble at this 20 EMA, which is around the 239.76 area. So we definitely need to watch that above 240.50. And close above that 240.50, then Tesla can come back to 243.83, and beyond that we can come back and retest the 245.68, which brings us very close to the ATR trailing stop and the 50 EMA. So that is strong resistance here for Tesla. If we break above, let's say the 247.12 and close above the 248.44, we can definitely come back and retest, could come back and retest 251.07. And I do believe I said yesterday that it wouldn't surprise me to see Tesla back in the 251 area, and we were totally beyond that, which is interesting, right? Tesla is one of those that if you can study the chart, get in at the right time, out at the right time, it can be a very decent profit. So if I traded Tesla today, I would definitely watch those levels to the upside. Now let's look at the downside. Can we continue going down? We definitely can. So if it breaks under the 236.29 area, something stopped it at 231.52, which was another level of support that we had marked, right? So beyond the 231.52 area, we can come all the way back down to 222, and Tesla normally moves about $10 on an average per day. And yes, there may be some hiccups in the way, along the way from the 231 to the 222. Just know that Tesla moves in either direction, on average about $10 per day. And Tesla normally exceeds its ATR for the day. So again, if you trade Tesla today, I always say y'all trade carefully. So NVDA, let's look at NVDA. It is trading, it yesterday went from 137.32, closed at 127. That's a decline, right? And then, you know, right now, our pre-market support is finding support here at 127.49. Our resistance is here, right here, at the 128.39. So it's been trading in this zone here. So NVIDIA, where are our trouble places? It will definitely need to get above 128.76. Above that, we're going to have trouble here close to this 200 EMA, which is the 129.36. Above the 129.36, there's trouble at 127.77, which is kind of close to this 120. Did I say 127? 129.77. 129.77, which is really close to this 129.99. So if we break the 129 or 130 area for NVIDIA, we could come back here and retest, you know, get rejected at the 130.87, which is really close to this 131.18. So I would definitely watch those areas to the upside for NVIDIA. Now to the downside, can we continue down? We very well can, right? So below 127.49, just know that we could very well have trouble here. Let's see. At 127.09. Under that, we can find support here at the 126.25 or the 126.10 area. Below the 126.10, we could come back to the 124.97, and below 124.97, 124.41. So those are areas to the upside and to the downside for NVIDIA, right? What's interesting is there was a nice sell-off on yesterday. Are we going to continue declining because we've had such a strong move up on majority of the stocks, right? So, or are we going to find support and bounce back to the upside? That's something that, I always say, trade carefully and allow your charts to lead you, right? So we are looking at AMD. AMD traded at 187.11 as a high yesterday. We closed at 181.94, made a low of 177.25, and right now we are trading in this zone. Support is at 180.90, let's see, 180.59 area, and resistance is here at the 181.74. So this is our area, and I would definitely watch AMD in this area. Our support is here at 180.56. Our resistance is here at 181.74. It will need to break above this, 181.74 to the upside. We will have trouble here at the ATR trailing stop at 183.03. Before that, we're going to have trouble at 182.35. So 182.35, 183.03, and it puts us back in a previous gathering spot at that ATR trailing stop at the 183.03. So if we break beyond that, we will probably have trouble at the 183.97, and above 183.97, 184.70, and again at 185.26. Those are going to be trouble places for us. Can we go back to the upside? We very well can. If by chance it breaks above the 185.26, just know 186.74 is reachable, right? We can reach that. And beyond that 186.74, we could very well, get rejected here again at 187.38 area, or 187.11. So 187.11, 187.38. Those are trouble places to the upside for AMD. So where are our trouble places to the downside, right? And when I say trouble places, where can we find support? If we break under 180.56 area, we could come back and find support at 180.14. Below that, we can find support around the 179.44 area. Under 179.44, we can come back to this area of 178.66, and under that, we can find support at 178.12, which brings us close to this area of 177.60, which could be another area of support. So if I traded AMD, those are the levels that I would watch to the upside or to the downside. And again, y'all, I can't say enough, trade carefully. Do not rush into your trades. I always say that, right? So we're going to go back to the SPY just to do a recap for the SPY, because again, the SPY should be interesting today. Let's go. Yes, let's see where the VIX is. We are still declining with the VIX under the 5 EMA. Normally when the VIX is down, the SPY is up. So there was a imbalance earlier this week around this. You can see that here. So that's something to be mindful of. So with the SPY, are we going to, what's interesting is a lot of those moving averages are moving closer together. The 5, the 20, it's really, really close together. So that's going to be like a strong support for us. Is this candle bouncing off of what could be bouncing off this 200 EMA? Is that going to give us a signal back to the upside? Again, it would not surprise me to see SPY back at the 561 area based on the sell-off that we had on yesterday. Again, it will definitely need to climb above the 557.50 because that is a strong resistance area. It was a support area. It's now a resistance area for us. So I would definitely keep in mind that 556 area and that 557.50. Those are places that I will be watching today, if SPY breaks above that. So I'm going to set an alert to let me know that SPY is above that level. And the 556 area, I believe I already have, I'm going to set an alert below the 556. So about 555.89. If SPY breaks under that area, then we could very well continue declining to the downside. So again, y'all, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. Do not rush into your trades. Just because there was a sell-off on yesterday does not mean it cannot continue declining. Nothing is guaranteed in the market. Let me say that. Nothing is guaranteed. So I always say trade what you see and make sure that you have confirmation as to why you're entering your trades. And when it goes against your why, get out. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable day, a very productive day today. And I always like to leave you with this. Be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.